Good morning. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What is it? Tuesday, November 15th? Thanksgiving next week. Potluck in South Tampa tomorrow. Potluck here on Friday. I don't know the other schedules off the top of my tongue, but let's jump into our agenda. I think it's a fun agenda today. Let's see. Good. Let's kick off. Thomas, why don't you read number 1?
You'll never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your business is found in your daily routine.
That's so apropos, because what did we do yesterday? How many of you were on our big ass smile contest? Not contest, mastermind. Yep. Right. We got to do something different, right? I'm going to show you some quotes today. It's going to be tough for a while for some people. What do you see the quote I shared with Chris a minute ago? Number 2, Mike Puma.
Be so positive that negative people don't want to be near you.
I like that one myself. Be so positive that most people don't want to be near you. Number 3, how about Terry?
Success does not come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently.
Are you seeing some relevance to what we were talking about yesterday? We're asking you to do something different and consistently until December 16th, which is not a long time. Number 4, Julie, can you get to a mic?
Yep. The more you learn, the more you earn. Warren Buffett.
We put a lot of emphasis on that yesterday too, because all the training is archived for you. So if you want to get into the DISC training, the VAK training to up your game, do that. If you want to stumble around with less skills, do that. But there's all there for the taking. So it's going to take some effort too, because the more you learn, the more you earn. And number 5, who else is online there, Chris? Or you read it. Good, Mike.
I never dreamed about success. I worked for it.
Overnight success, 30 years, right? Okay, next. Thank you, guys. This is something. So we joined that Rise Network, which is a leads management company, and they do all this training, which you guys are invited to. I've sent out links to it before. And it's pretty passionate. And it's all these team leads beating the hell out of their agents to make their calls and do their follow-up. Kind of like we do with the Zillow group, but worse. And so this Steve De Lavaja is the president, and he put this quote out. It's just kind of cute. In the next 18 months, 60% of realtors will do less business, 30% of realtors will get out of the business and get a job, and 10% of realtors will do more business. Where do you want to be? This is really tacky. I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm driving to work this morning, and this woman drove by me, this old pickup truck, and she did not have a happy face at all. And the sticker on the side of her car was poop911.com. She drives around and picks up poop out of people's yards for a living. So think about that, and think about doing what we said yesterday. Picking an activity, pick an activity and do it consistently, or else you can probably get a job at 911poop.com.
Hey, Craig, we actually hired them at our house and we don't have any dogs. So
You just felt bad for them.
Yeah, just don't worry about it.
All right. So there's 5 things I'm excited about. I'm excited about that. 30% of the realtors getting out of the business. I really am, because number 2, there's 5.2 million home sales forecasted for 2023. So we have 30% less agents. There's 1.5 million agents. That drops 500,000 agents out of the business, and we're only going to drop a million sales, because we did 6.1 million this year. So we can all do as good or better if we stay in the game while those exit. Number 3, we're in Florida. Why is that important? I mentioned this. We're where they want to be. I would not want to be in Illinois in the summer and the winter. I want to be here.
I just, we have an agent from the Midwest area. I think it's Illinois. And he just sent me a picture yesterday and said, hey, I'm leaving to come down that way for a week. And the picture he sent me is his car sitting in the parking lot covered in snow, in the parking lot covered in snow.
Wow.
Already there. Yeah.
And I'm bitching because it's 75. Is it really? Wow. Nice. Right. Number 4, sellers and buyers need us more. They really do. It's complicated and we can help them with so much now with the different mortgage choices, the different buy down programs and the different closing costs that are available. It's all good. And number 5 of my favorite things I'm excited about is the competition is scared. And we have an agent who left us, did 5 deals this year. And his reason for leaving was opening his own brokerage. What the hell is he going to do? He's never been in the real market ever in his life. Now he's opening his own brokerage company. He's at 5 deals under his belt. And they're going to see a lot of the newbie brokers get lost and scared in this market. And they're not going to give guidance to their agents. So you're going to help us hire their agents. And here's where we are. And it's actually not that bad. Active listings are down. Why? Because we're coming to the holidays and less people are putting out things on the market, but they're selling still when we're pricing them right. So down to 238 from 245. New listings, we're at 18. 4 are already pending. So 22% of listings we've taken so far this month, and we're only 15 days in, have already sold 22% a quarter. Sales, we're at 47 for 560,000, which is pretty good. Closed, we're only 270 closed, but we have 1.6 million ready to go by the end of the month. And that's without any of the big project stuff we have that should be closing this month too. So it's not a bad month. What's my favorite number? 2 million, 1.8 is a little less. We're not going to starve. Okay. So that's good news, but it is time to get back to good habits. I'm going to show you the home warranty report in a bit. Guess how many home warranties we sold last month? 3. How did you know? That was like automatically it came out of your mouth. I think you were one. It's time to start doing stuff like this again. We got to go back to marketing, and a home warranty makes a home sell faster and protects the buyer from unknown things. And there's a lot of unknown things. October did not suck and November won't suck either. So that's really good news. And I want to talk a little bit about, Jeff, you want to comment on the 5-week big ass smile mastermind?
I do.
I figured you
From
would.
my car. Yeah. So
That's
here's
your
what
virtual background.
here's what we're doing. And if you missed yesterday, that's okay. Come in on Friday.
No, watch
Right?
it
This
again.
isn't a
Go to Beggins
or
Agent.
yeah.
Watch it.
Right. And get in. Here's what we're doing. We all know that we're coming into an interesting time, and we all know we all need more, or we want more. So our job is to just put in our time where our mouth and our money is, right? And bringing you guys the accountability and leadership that we all need, all of us, to make sure that we have an epic end of the year and start 2023 awesomely. So that's what we're doing. So Mondays from at 10:30, or no, it's 9:30 to 10:30 is we're doing a 1 hour get focused session where we're going to all get ready for what we're going to do this week. This week, we all committed to doing 50 contacts. We know how much money we're going to earn by the December 16th. We know how many deals that's going to take, and we committed to raise the bar to do the contacts that we need to do this week. And so on Friday morning at 10:30, we're all getting together again, and we're going over what happened this week and who did what, who had successes, what learning lessons can we have, and we're going to grow a lot as a group. So this is open to everybody. It's free, right? It's priceless actually. And it's making sure that you guys stay on track to make sure that we close out this year awesomely. So join in on Friday at 10:30 and come in on Monday at 9:30. So that's it. So let's all get together. Let's go rally and have the best holiday season and open up 2023 with an amazing amount of inventory pending. So that's what we're doing.
And it's fun. We're going to do an exercise on it in just a minute. I'm not going to let the manager speak to you today, but we've got India waiting. So let's let her get back to work and give us an update from Paramount Title, please. Which I said before, please, if you have any sway on the title company of choice, make it Paramount. As this market slows down, we want to keep the revenue in so we can keep everybody working. India, what's going on?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I just want to touch on Dotloop a little bit this morning. Megan asked me to mention this. Please keep in mind that when you are sending us through Dotloop, you must specifically share it with us. Otherwise, we do not have access. We just want to make sure we're not
Add you
missing
to the
any
team.
contracts.
Put the words proper. Add the title company to the team. Don't just share it.
Yes, please. Otherwise, we just hope you have a great week. We're looking forward to the potluck on Friday with everyone.
Nice.
All right.
Cool. All right. So on this mastermind thing we're doing, we want you to pick something new, whether it be absentee owners, for sale by owners, whatever that is. Could be doing CMAs on Moxie. It could be anything. But in addition to that, the one thing everybody needs to do, bar none, period, end of story, is you need to have your CRM in your database. right? That's just automatic, has to be done everywhere. Jared James is talking about it. Tom Ferry's talking about it. That should be it right now. And everybody in your database should be contacted by you. How many of you in the audience right now have your database ready? Okay, I got a third of the room. All right, we're going to focus. So we found this really cool tool and it costs $5, $4.99. But Jessica, can you turn on and join us? So we're going to show you. You're driving.
Yeah, I'm almost not though. I'm almost to where I have to go.
I'm almost not. Okay, I'll keep ranting. How long is almost not?
Like 3 minutes. I'm picking Zach up from the dealership and then I'm gonna get in the passenger seat.
Okay, she's going to download from her phone all of her contacts. It's going to take less than 2 or 3 minutes. We learned this from the mortgage company, Angie, right? 2 or 3 minutes, download it. And then we're going to show you what it looks like. And it's so funny because I just talked about this yesterday and I downloaded mine and I've got 3,600 contacts. And I walk with these ladies in the morning. We bump into each other when walking dogs. And the woman is Anne. And she's new to the area. She's, they're elderly, not elderly, but they're older. And she needed help with something. So she gave me her phone number and I texted her a painter or something like that. So she's in my phone as Anne Capriccio, because Capriccio is the street she lives on. And that's how I know who she is. And then she needed a roofer. So I texted her Todd Roofer. So a lot of my database has names like Todd Roofer and Anne Capriccio, which is what you're going to find when you download your database too. So I'm not being a jerk here, but I got to call Anne Capriccio and say, hey, Anne, what's your last name? Or look it up in tax records, right? But I also want her email address because I don't have her email, but I got her phone number to send text to, right? So at the end of this experiment, you're going to have a really good database that we can then market to easily. Aixa, I'm looking you in the face. We've talked about this for years. If we had started this long ago, 26 years ago, 27, 28, 29 years ago, what would your database look like? It'd be a massive thing, right? You've got customers that died that are still in your database, right? But going forward, and then you send them what Jimmy sends me every week, and I brag on Jimmy all the time. He's consistent as hell. I don't know how he does it. He doesn't do it. It just happens. I get a Moxie, what's it called? Neighborhood news. And then I get a just listed, just sold announcement if it's in the area that he subscribed me to. So as you know your customers and you put them in there, that's just automatic. And then you set them up for holidays and you get Halloween and you get Thanksgiving and all those other things. So you stay top of mind. And here's the threat. If you don't do it, somebody else is. And they'd rather do business with you, especially with past clients. So I was talking to Jessica about her thing. No, she's in the passenger seat now. I didn't even see that happen.
I'm here. I'm ready.
You're ready? Okay, let's do
Yep.
you do you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and we're all gonna add these contacts together. Share.
Feel free to do this
Screen.
with you. I haven't done it. Take your phone out. And this is a trial. She hasn't done it yet.
No, I haven't. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
A bunch of pages.
How's that? Okay, so it's COVVE, Covey Export. And this is the one that we want, Export Contacts by Covey. And I'm gonna go ahead and download it to my phone.
Are you doing your phone or your iPad? Your phone.
This is my phone. So yeah, okay, you guys ready for this? Because I have a bunch of contacts with random last names too, so this will be really fun. Okay, so contact access. Yes, I want to give them access. Yes, I agree. Okay,
Can you hear that okay?
can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, it's just we're in a big room here, so let's make sure it sounds good.
Okay, and you can see it. I'm gonna click export.
Yep.
Oh, where do I put them? I'll save them to files.
I saved mine to Google Drive.
I do everything on Apple. I'll leave it here and on the bottom it says tags Covey export, so that's fine.
You
And it
can
looks
do it
like-
to, you have the option to, if you have a Google Drive app, typically Google Drive will be there, so you can export it to a Google Drive folder from your phone as well. And real quick before you go on, Kim Bowden online, how'd you get it for $5? They charged me $119 annual. There's two different
versions.
Coveys. One of them is Covey CRM. It's an export CRM. That's a yearly CRM that does follow-up, that does all this stuff. The other one is Export Contacts by Covey, which is $4.99. a
One time.
one-time charge. It used to be free. They raised it to 99 cents, and 3 weeks later they raised it to $4.99. So it's $4.99 right now.
You networker.
Okay, well, we're not enjoying it quite yet. Okay, should I just, do I keep going? Do I click export contacts again,
Yep.
or is it doing it?
It does look like it's working. I did it again.
Because when I go to files
Exactly, Lauren.
and I go to my documents, is it here already?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh my gosh,
Come on, y'all can do that, right? It's already done.
I didn't even do anything. I almost thought it didn't do anything because it was so fast.
It didn't even charge you it
There-
either.
Wow, they're all in there. And then my notes,
Yeah, she
I
already
guess,
did
are in there too. Oh, there's
So
some
this is a lesson
passwords.
to us all, because when you add a contact to your database, you want to be complete. You want first name, last name, email address, home address if you have it, so you can do these things. If you don't, we have a mission to call the people that we remember and try to complete this database for ourselves.
All right. So then after you do that,
Mhm.
and you're gonna see a video that's gonna come out for this also. But now the next step is going to be, hold on. Where did I put it? And I'm going to show you the guide that is actually in the resource center. This is actually a link. You should have already received this. I could be wrong, Ange. Maybe just send it to me.
I think
but-
I have it on my display.
Okay, so basically there's an email that's going to come out if it hasn't yet, that's going to talk to you kind of about all this great things that the resource center has for you and updates. You're going to see this option here that says export your contacts using Covey Export.
Mhm.
And it's going to take you directly to the next level resource center. And it's going to walk you through exactly what
What to
Jess
do.
just did. Okay.
And it's pretty easy, right?
Now, once you download it, the next step is to put it into your CRM.
And this takes a little thinking.
Now, this does take a little bit, and again, I'll have a video on it, but this actually walks you through pretty nicely. Whereas once you get that downloaded, you're going to go into Moxie Engage. You're going to go to My People, and on the right-hand side here, you're going to see this little cog that you can actually click on and go to Import Contacts. Now, what happens is Moxie has this little thing that pops up, and it's circled here for you. It says use this example CSV. You need to download, click on that and download that CSV, because what you have to do is we're going to have to take those contacts and move them into the form that Moxie wants. So it can actually upload correctly with names, phone numbers, if there are email addresses and things like that. Next step, you'll see here on the left-hand side is our Covey export here. Okay.
And the right side is the
The
format. it
right
needs to
side
be
is
in.
the format for Moxie. All you have to do is literally just copy and paste. You want first names, last names, phone numbers, and email addresses.
A, B, C, and D.
Those four
columns.
things. And if you have questions, obviously I have a video and you can always reach out. But once you copy and paste those into the correct CSV file, you'll upload that into Moxie. And then all of a sudden you're going to have an upload where you can put everybody in as your SOI, whatever you'd like to do. You can set a group up also prior to make sure that it's going in, that you can move everybody in there. And now everything's in Engage.
Yep.
Okay. And one of the last things I want to leave with Engage on that standpoint is because a lot of times with Covey Export, you're gonna have a lot of phone numbers, maybe not email addresses, right? So you're going to be, the idea is to reach out to all these people anyways, get their email address. And one of the cool things in Moxie is I can filter by people that do not have email addresses. So you can literally go down that list of everybody that was in your phone and everybody that doesn't have a phone number. So you can reach out and try to get their email address so you can get them in there, add them to some campaigns. Done.
So that's really, really, really important. And now going forward, let's say you're holding an open house and some people stop in and they show interest, you get their name and information and you put them in your database and you label them as open house visitor, right? And you'll just start culling this information together. And then when you find a new listing that might be interesting to them, or similar listing that you met them at, you can start doing it. But the fundamental basics of this have to start now, right? Because to be really good at this next year, we got to get going. Perfect. Yeah, this is like real professional sales, right? When you meet somebody new, you get their name, their number, and their email address. that's where they should sign in with the open house. So it sounds elementary, but I know a lot of you don't have it. And the fact of the matter is the market is slower now. We are going to have more time. We don't want to watch Netflix and smoke pot. So let's do this instead.
Well, and this
Right.
is a great opportunity to reach out to those people that you don't have that information to get it. If
Yeah.
it's the holidays coming, hey, I need to just update my database. I'm going to be sending out some whatever it may be, but this is a fantastic time right now. There's so many excuses to reach out to the people that you already know right now
Exactly.
compared to almost any other time of the year.
And how hard is it to say, hey, Ann Capriccio, I met you a couple months ago. I gave you a painter. You know, I'm in real estate. I'm updating my database. Would you mind if I sent you a neighborhood news thing once in a while? Oh, sure, I would. And she give me information, or she wouldn't, right? I'm not gonna take the rejection hard. But Jessica, thank you for that example. I just want to everybody see how easy it was. Otis says, I
You're
switched
welcome.
my
That was
laptop.
super
from my-
easy.
You did in the class? Angie did in the class. It took 30 seconds. She downloaded and emailed it to herself. Perfect. Okay. On deck, we did Paramount Title, priority one. That was it. Your database, see sample, pay attention. Jessica, thank you for being the guinea pig, because that really was a guinea pig. But she did buy it last night, so it is going to take you to a credit card screen, but she didn't download it till today, and that's how easy it really was. Okay. All right, Sammy, you get the microphone or screen, whatever you want. You got to report on the 3 lies and a truth. Tell us who guessed. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
We might have made yours way too easy.
Yeah, you did.
Everyone guessed correctly, pretty much for yours. No surprise, they know that you didn't go to FSU. But we did have good engagement, so thank you for everyone that commented on Instagram and Facebook. And I just posted a new one with Angelique, and that is up on our Century 21 Beggins Tampa Bay real estate page and the C21 Beggins Instagram.
So what are the questions? Because I won't see it.
Can I share my screen?
Sure.
I'll show you. That's my email. Okay. I made her take a picture of decorating the Christmas tree. It's that Ange graduated from the same high school as me and Jessica. She has been to 17 Kenny Chesney concerts. She has a Ridgeback named Chloe, and she has a green thumb and loves to be out in the garden. So hopefully this might be a little trickier than Craig's. Craig's was too easy.
It's funny, my dog. My parents, Craig and Angela.
Well, so yeah, it's on here, Cindy from Beggins Tampa Bay Real Estate, and it is on the C21 Beggins Instagram account. So
Cool.
go comment your best guesses. I'll show you your post. You had quite a few people know number 2 is a lie. Jessica Decker said, I'm going 2 because he's definitely not an I. Amy Bowles, Wippa, Caitlin, Jamie Wilbur. In your Facebook, let's go to it while I'm here. We had 17 people guess it correctly here. Mindy,
Eileen.
Christy, Maritza, the usual suspects, but everyone pretty much knew number 2 was a lie. A few people said number 4. A few people said, what was your number 4? That you drive a Jeep, a bright red Jeep, but that is true.
Everybody here knows that. Cool.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of fun.
Okay.
Sammy's really trying to get engagement on the Facebook page so it grows and get more people to like it and have fun. So thank you,
How do
darling.
I stop my share? Oh God. I can't see it on my screen. Technical difficulties.
Krista.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me drive for a minute if you don't mind. Chris did this class the other day. Are you delivering what Moxie says? Right, and this is really time to get back. So I attended a course over the weekend, and it was a consultant guy, and he's talking about team leader, like teams, and how real estate teams are going to take over the business, which I don't agree with because I think we really are a real estate team. But the reason he said it is because teams have structure to their business. The team leader says, this is the way I want it done. And he hires Jim to be on the team and says, Jim, this is your function. This is what you do. And he hires Lana on his team. He says, Lana, this is what your job is. You work with buyers, you do listing presentations, you do transaction coordination, and all those functions get done, which is really how we operate. So when I go to my inbox, this is the same that you just showed. So this is Angelique's recapping these courses, but the one Chris did was this one on pricing properties. And when you go into the course, if you click on it, what I'll do, I'm not going to play it, but I'll click on to show how easy it is. This is all from the Resource Center. It brings up the steps of pricing, which Angelique painstakingly watches the videos, takes notes and types them in. And then the actual class is down here as a video you hit play. So when you deliver the Moxie pre-listing package, it makes some assumptions that you're going to deliver a spa, for example. So are you delivering a spa? And all these steps, right? So the question was this, and that's why I wanted to point out when she sends these emails, if you miss something or you're curious, go through and look, right? Because pricing properties is tough. I stopped at an open house in my neighborhood this weekend. Andy Timmons was doing it. And it was an ex-agent of ours who surrendered his license because he's moving. And he priced his house on Zillow for $1.4 million. And it's a nice waterfront home. And it was grossly overpriced and a for sale by owner from an ex-agent. And then he listed with Andy, which was a smart move. But he wanted $1.2 million, which is still too low. And she took it. And then she went down to 997, I think it was. Right. And now it's the lowest price house because 2 more houses came on the market on that same street. One was 500 and something a foot. The other was almost $600 a foot. But the last sale in the neighborhood was $417 a foot, $400 a foot. So she priced this one at $417 a foot, which makes it look like the best bell at the ball, right? And she had 5 people in the open house before I got there and was expecting an offer from one of them that night. So that's how pricing works. But a lot of people are aggressively pricing if the market's still going up, and the market's not still going up, just not going up as fast. So the last sale at $400 a foot, 417 got attention. I don't know if the price came out or if it came in or not, but just as an example. So there's some really good content in here, and the market is changing. You want to make sure you stay abreast of it all. Where's my thing? I got a boring Zillow update, so I'm not going to read it. They really didn't say much. This one I want to share with you because these numbers blow my mind. Did you hear what happened at Open Door? The third quarter earnings? They lost $1 billion, $1,000 million they lost in the third quarter. That kills me. Chris sent me this one. This is just a short version. It was talking about how the third quarter numbers are in and all the industry related things are down, Open Door, OfferPad, et cetera, et cetera. The big brokerages did better. I can't see the house thing. The big brokerages and franchisors were definitely feeling the downturn in the third quarter, but everything is relative in light of the losses other companies suffered. The brokerages turned out to be a comparative bright spot in the earnings season. Case in point, Anywhere, which is formerly Realogy, reported a $55 million profit. All right. EXP turned a profit of $4 million, while Remax reported a profit of $100,000. We made more than Remax International. Kills me. Douglas Elliman touted a profit of $12 million. Anywhere is just the 800-pound gorilla. And the funny thing is, they talk about Compass. Oh yeah, Compass, which is out hunting you guys now. You getting emails from Compass every day? A lot of agents are right now. They're pretty good marketing too. We're going to steal some of it. Compass is used to, they stopped this policy. They were writing checks to get agents to join them, or they were offering stock. When they came out with their IPO, their stock was worth $80 a share at a time when Realogy stock was $7 a share. Compass has never turned a profit. Realogy's been profitable all along. But Compass only lost $154 million in the third quarter. That can't be sustainable. Wall Street's not going to fund it. That just drives me crazy. But that's what's going on in your industry right now, which I think is just insane. Training recaps, we just covered those. The new golden ruler. This is pretty nice, I think, but we're going to leave it up to you guys. We're not going to turn it on automatically. The reason we turned it off is number one, it wasn't very accurate. And number two, it didn't show Century 21 in the strongest light, but they revamped it. And this is what it looks like now. And it's just showing stats. Zillow, this is views. Zillow, your listings are getting the most views on Zillow at 190,000 views. This is our listings as a company. Realtor.com is number 2, Stellar's number 3, and Century21.com is down here at number 10, right? But when you look here at inquiries, most of the inquiries come from HomeSnap or Century 21 or Zillow. So the people are going to look at houses on Zillow, but the serious ones are going to Century 21 and HomeSnap to look at the house and inquire on them. So it's just how you tell this story. So we don't want to turn it on and have all of your sellers get this automatically and you not know how to answer the questions. So
this is what they would see. This is the report that they get and how it looks. And then there's an option for them to click to see the full report, which would show them some of the charts and graphs that we showed in the snippets in the email he just showed. But this is a nice looking 1-page PDF style report, but in their email, it'll be embedded in the email and it'll say for more data, click here, and they could click and see the full seller report. You just have to know how to address the questions that you're going to get. Because it's going to say how many inquiries came in.
Yeah, that's what happened. What'd you do with them, Jeanette? You got 5 inquiries. What happened to them? When do they come to see the house? If your seller gets this report and sees that 5 people inquired, they're going to automatically say, what happened to them? What did you do with them? With the inquiries,
Yeah.
the leads. Well, you're going to say, I called them and they didn't answer, which is what's going to happen. So I sent them an email Moxie presentation with the e-flyer in your house. I sent them a direct website link to your My C21 page, right? So my point is, if you send this, if we send it for you, you're going to get blindsided. But you can just go, if you like it, go and turn it on yourself. You go to your listing in 21 online.
No, so it'll count inquiries from everywhere. I don't think they're not direct inquiries. Zillow will count how many inquiries it has to Zillow, and it's on there. It shows that somebody clicked, and it won't necessarily go to us. So that's what I mean. You have to be able to answer those questions. You have to know how to handle those, and we can spend some time in another class and maybe take 10, 15 minutes and talk about the different talk points and discussions and ways to position that properly or in the best light, because they're going to ask you, why did Century 21? Some of them are going to look fine. Century 21 will be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Others, it may not. It may not show Century 21 as one of the most views on there. But you have to be able to tell them, Zillow is a partner of ours. We partner with Zillow. We pay additional money as a corporation to make sure that our listings are featured best on Zillow and we get the best opportunities if we can. So there's a lot of different talk tracks that you can have, and you're going to get questions. They're going to ask you, I see 3 inquiries. What happened with those? When did they call? Why didn't I hear about it? Was that one of the showings? We haven't had any showings. It says there's 1,000 views, no showings. You have to be able to handle those discussions and be firm with them when you know there's a price reduction needed, because you go to Zillow after 1 day on market, it says there's 32 saves and 1,000 views. And they're saying, well, I saw on Zillow that there was this. Yeah, but we don't have any showing requests, no phone calls, no inquiries, no anything like that. So.
No, Zillow doesn't send leads to the listing agent. Zillow sends leads to premier agents. Right. Right. You're going to mostly get sign calls and century21.com leads. That's what you're going to get. But you got to tell the customer, no, Zillow doesn't send leads to me. They send them to agents who pay for that zip code, and your zip code is sold out. Realtor.com doesn't send leads to the listing agent. They send it to the Realtor.com agents through Ojo or OpCity, and that's where those come from.
Let me put things in perspective for you. We used to pay $1 per listing
Per month
to be able to get our listing leads directly to us from Zillow.
and they gave us a lot.
There was only one agent. It was the listing agent. There was no 3 names beneath it. Now they don't even do that. It's just click here for a tour, click here to contact the agent. We used to have your face, your name, your phone number for $1 per listing per month. You would click it. We were the only ones that got those leads. And they just realized how much money they were losing by doing that, because they sell 400% of every single zip code. That's 4 times the amount, not just one agent in every zip code, not just 2, not just 4, 400%. So however many agents that takes to fill up that full amount, they lost a lot of money. We'll
Talk about this.
we'll talk after. It's too much for people online. Wait, they can't hear it online.
Right.
They can't hear it online. We'll talk after.
Right. Okay, so November Wizard, this is fun. I shouldn't write these late at night. Oh, back here. Okay, so Jimmy sets this up in Moxie for you. So once again, we want to deliver value. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Well, no, they'll have access to it.
I
today.
just gave it to you this
Yeah,
morning, so.
Yeah, so.
Jan Stern, who's retired from real estate, but she's been editing my articles because I can't spell and I don't have good grammar for decades now. But she did it for me last night. I got it this morning. And so this is the message. So what we want is to be giving content, real valid content to customers, telling them the truth in light of the barrage by the media that everything is going to hell in a handbasket. Now I get a little punchy in some of this. I'm at a loss. The mainstream media is predicting doom and gloom. But from a street view, the world looks different. As a 30+ year broker, I may see things differently. Things I call BS. Number one, 7% interest rates are not high. If you haven't been in the market for more than 7 years, you don't believe that. I said 7% a high rate. Is 7% a high rate? Not really, not compared to 3% 6 months ago. Yes. Compared to the real world, no. A home for sale for 3 months is not long. Do you remember we used to take listings for 6 months? And then we had to get yeah. And if we did it for 6 months, we had to get extensions to them. Number three, a timed price reductions do not mean prices are falling. Right? Because we don't know, the market's changing. Number four, and some listings simply don't sell and they expire during their listing period because the seller and the agent didn't price it correctly. So that's the truth. The media is not saying that. This is normal real estate. And personally, I'm very glad to get back to normal after 3 years of living in Fantasyland. You all do realize we've been living in Fantasyland for the last 3 years. 3% rates are not normal. 113 offers on a listing, Jim Graf, the day it hits the market is not normal. Waiving all contingencies is not normal. 20% plus appreciation annually is not normal. I'm glad we experienced it, but that's no longer the case. Despite the media predicting and announcing that prices are crashing, the fact is that home price appreciation is decelerating, which means, said another way, prices are going up more slowly, not crashing. The Fed has pretty much assured the public that they will be continue raising the federal funds rate, which will likely result in mortgage rates reaching 8 and possibly 9%. So here's the deal. People need to live somewhere. 1, move in with family. I should have said get a roommate. 2, rent somewhere. 3, buy a home. 4, secure a rent-own home. Or 5, go homeless. Probably not an option. And we can help you with 3 of these 5, right? Because that's it. So people are moving, they have to move. And they got to live somewhere. So what is the best option for them? Rent? I was talking to Jessica at dinner Sunday night. And she was talking about apartments in Tampa, 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, $4,000 a month. Has anybody looked at the prices of these new apartments around here? What are the ones in Waterside? How much are they going for? Anybody know? We should know that, right? I bet you some of the $2,500 to $3,000 a month, right? For renting, $3,000. What can you go buy a new home in Waterside for? I did the math the other day in training. It was 2 $400,000 houses, a $2,600 a month payment, P&I. Add another $800 for taxes and insurance, and you're at $3,400. So you can own a home for $3,400 versus renting an apartment for $3,000, and you get the mortgage interest tax deduction. It ended up being $200 a month less to own. And then somebody told me you have to have 3 times your monthly rent to qualify. So if $3,000 a month, you need $9,000 a month in income. 9 times 12 is $108,000 a year to rent an apartment, or they're screwed. Where are they going to go? That's it. Unfortunately, for rent homes that are scarce and expensive. Fortunately, for sale homes are becoming more plentiful, and there are creative ways to lower the interest rates and reduce the closing cost. And fortunately and unfortunately, rent-own homes are a great option, but the investors only purchase in select areas, which may restrict your ability to choose your perfect neighborhood. So that's just the truth. And then I say, if you need help, call your agent who sent you this newsletter, right? But that's a good talking point. That's the type of value I want you to bring to consumers. So you can just go on to a whole rant and talk about all these different options, right? And that's something we see. Connie sent us a note this morning. Divvy Homes, they're coming in 20% below market now. So they're not going to be very competitive. I said, I wrote back, so you just stop buying. Don't even try, because nobody's going to accept that right now. But that's what they're doing. Those guys are getting scared, seeing losses like Compass at 150 million and Open Door at $1 billion in the 3-month period of time. That's going to scare the hell out of Wall Street, which it's doing now. So that's kind of cool to know. And home warranty, I already talked about 3%. 3 warranties sold. Do we need to do a refresher on that and get Dwayne to fly in or do a class for us? Has anybody had a success story where you sold a home warranty and the customer benefited from it? Oh, come on. Because we haven't sold any home warranties recently. That's why. I mean, I can tell you where the $600 investment was $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 hit savings for the buyer. What's that? Oh, the one that I didn't buy a warranty for myself and my water heater went bad and so did my air conditioner. Yeah. Do I wish I bought a home warranty? Yes. You put me in my place. Thank you. Okay. What's happened with prices this year? Are they up or down? They're up. So what is the national, what does the Century 21 do nationally for the award criteria? They go up according to NAR stats. Guess what they're doing this year? Keeping the same. Yep. The award criteria is in my inbox. I was happy to hear that because it's high now. Century 21, Joy, the criteria for the 2023 is available. Historically, we used a systematic approach to adjust the awards. This year, we're keeping it the same. Due to large increase in NAR year-over-year percentage change for 2023, we've made the decision to keep both AGC and unit levels same as they were in 2022. So that's still a big number, right? 165,000 to reach masters, 215. And you guys know it's not up to date like daily, but in 21 Online, there's a productivity measurement tool. It'll tell you where your commission stands. So you can go in and look, but it'll be at last month's data, and I don't think it's updated daily. It's every month, but that's kind of good to know. So I was happy to hear that. So it'll be a little bit easier to not have to go up. That's right, Moxie Tracks too. You got to put your goal into the program. And then this is becoming one of my favorite things. I hope you guys like it. If you don't, let me know. But randomly, I haven't found a bad one. I've been doing this for 3 or 4 weeks in a row now, picking 5 surveys just at random because they're top of my inbox. Because look, I've got 3,117 surveys in my inbox. Come on. So starting at the top. Who is it? Who is it? Wrong one. This one. Katya in South Tampa. After meeting with Katya, we were convinced she would be the right person and didn't look any further. She was extremely professional, friendly, approachable, and didn't push us to make a decision. And all are in all over property and all of our property dealings here in Canada, we have never come across an agent with her dedication, professionalism, patience, and general demeanor. She went out of her way to solve all of our issues, even after the sale was completed. We would definitely recommend her to our friends. And if you're ever to purchase a property in Tampa, we would not hesitate to use her services. An outstanding agent, indeed. We wish her every success in all future dealings. That's just a nice thing to see. And this is just showing you guys, I hope, what the customers value, right? Real satisfied, real satisfied. Adam Kuchmeyer, another South Tampa. This process is already stressful and exciting all at the same time, but my expectations were exceeded on all levels. Adam went above and beyond to ease any concerns I had and advocate for me. He kept me informed and honest throughout the process and at all times of the day. I wouldn't have been able to get through this without his patience, experience, and professionalism. I think Adam's 24 years old and he just hit $300,000 for the 2nd year in a row. Pretty impressive, right? Not that age matters, but. This is Kelly Foreman in Apollo Beach. Kelly was great in every way. She made time on weekends, evenings, and there's never any excuses. We would let her know what we wanted to see, and she would set it up beautifully. Kelly is a true professional, always had answers to our questions, and I ask a lot of questions. We are very pleased. Beggins is very lucky to have Kelly. She's a great asset. All is true, wonderful, and to work with. Our daughter is planning on moving to this area soon. We told her we already have a great agent for her. Kelly is the only agent we would trust with our daughter's home search. What a recommendation that is. It was a joy to work with Kelly. She really went out of her way to tend to our needs. I would highly recommend her to anyone I know. Exactly. Nice job, Kelly. Who's this? Adam. Joe, your nephew. We met Adam at an open house when we had just started looking. Afterwards, we had contacted Adam to ask him to let us know if a similar property became available in the future, as we liked the property. However, we were not able to ready to buy at that time. Adam listened to our concerns and worked with us and the seller to come to a mutually beneficial agreement. Right? That's all they want. Follow up, met at an open house. Good examples. Uno mas. Amber Stoddard. I think she's Brandon. No, she's Madrid Beach. Amber's a rock star in every way. We are fortunate that we were introduced to her, and I would highly recommend her to anyone looking to purchase a home. She is attentive, supportive, and relentless at her craft. Most importantly, she helped us to find our dream purchase, which is any buyer's ultimate goal. It's just so simple, isn't it? To make customers happy. And you guys are doing a bang up job. And I have 3,100 surveys in my folder, and I've purged this before. I haven't found a bad one. You guys are just doing a fantastic job, and I'm very proud of all of you. And random survey samples. We did this already. And here we go. Lead updates, pretty stable. What happened last week? And a holiday. So our leads are down, right? Well, 150 from 188. But our biggest lead contributor was, again, Century21.com at all. Relocation there. Ashley, you have any relocation updates for us?
Everything's going well. We're just continuing to get additional lead sources. So
The newest lead source from Anywhere Leads Group, I think is their name.
Orchard.
Are
you talking about Orchard from the email yesterday?
That one, yeah, that's not, they're not in Florida, so that was not going to count for us. But the newest
Okay.
is, what's the loan processor company called? Mr.
Sold.com, and I do have a call with Colin on that. So more to
Sold.com
come.
just got announced, so we're gonna be the preferred provider for Sold.com. So they're gonna be marketing, get a commission rebate when you list your house with Sold.com, but they're gonna refer those buyers, seller leads to us. That's kind of cool. I don't know how much we'll see from that, but the Mr.
Well-
Cooper, was that?
Well, again, I'll definitely know a little bit more once I have that call with Colin. So I'll let you know.
These are all startups, so they're not going to be very busy in the beginning. But Mr. Cooper has 14 million. Mr. Cooper is a loan servicer for Wells Fargo and some other banks. And they've got 14 million customers. And they're going to be actively marketing those customers saying, hey, if you need to sell your house or want to buy another house, you get a real estate rebate through Anywhere Real Estate Leads. So that could be big. That could replace like a USAA when we were slamming with USAA. So that's kind of cool. So Realogy is actively out there trying to get more lead sources for us, which I think is kind of nice.
Hey, along the lines of the awards numbers not changing, and even though they are still a little high, what's probably going to happen to commissions, or what's already happened to commissions? Gone up. Builders are already offering more commissions. Most every single one of them is now offering 3%. A lot of them are offering bonuses plus 3 to 5%. Some of them went back to a sliding scale of 3 to 5%, depending on how many deals you do with them. You're going to have to offer competitive commissions or higher commissions to get higher interest from some of the buyer's agents, make sure that they're being compensated. So where those numbers stay the same, even if you do a little bit less, commission should go up and you should be able to stay par. Don't let any of this dissuade you from what's potentially happening this year. If you show up and go to work, you will get a raise. 30% of the people, of the agents, are probably leaving the business. 60% will do less. If you are one that shows up and does work, you're going to get paid more. You're going to get a raise because there's less agents to compete with. And if you show up as a professional, you'll get more opportunities and you'll probably get paid more.
And that's a great segue to this one. I don't think you saw this yet. You ready? It's not long. The TikTok video. I think it's funny.
Hey everybody, Steve Laviaga. We had a fantastic Rise Rockstar Mastermind just yesterday. One of my VIP partners about right now in lead gen what the top teams are doing. Here it is.
I'm just letting you guys all give me your lunch and I'm going to eat it all. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, you guys just keep canceling your lead flow. You guys keep spending less money. You guys keep investing less in your agents. I'm going to take your agents and I'm going to take your leads and I'm going to grow my business in this market.
How great was that? Here's the reality. People that get out of lead flow today will not be able to get back in for 18, 24, 36 months because the smart ones are all going to double down on lead gen, and you only make money in lead gen or in real estate dips when you start to come out of it, and then you take an unfair share of the market as it goes all the way back up. And real estate always goes back up. Whose lunch are you going to eat in the next 90 days? Hey, everybody, Steve.
I love that. I'm going to take your lunch and I'm going to eat it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take everybody's lunch and we're going to eat it because we're going to go to work. We're not decreasing our lead flow. We're not decreasing anything. If anything, we're doing more. We got all kinds of things coming down the pike. So that's all we got today. So any managers want to pipe in with some news?
Just so everybody knows, this year, the Apollo Beach location is the official Toys for Tots drop-off and rally event. That's December 3rd. We have a flyer that should go out today to the team. We're really looking for some support from everybody inside the company. Each of our offices are a Toys for Tots drop-off location.
Yep.
And we'd really love to really show out this year, since this is our first year at this office location being the
central
drop-off
gathering
center.
area, right.
It's the central gathering area where everybody who has donations will be bringing them by. The Marines will be here. We're working on making it more of an event. We've talked to a boat broker who's going to put 2 big ass boats out front too, so we try and attract more people. We're trying to talk to the fire department right up the road to bring a fire truck. We're getting some other business owners to come and put up some tents and some tables out there to make it more of an event. But we really want to raise a ton of bikes. We've always brought between 100 and
You're saying
150.
no sound online right now.
No sound?
I hear.
Everybody, yeah.
I hear you all.
Okay. So we've always brought about 100 to 150 bikes to that location every day they do the gathering at the alley where it normally is. Now we can keep them here. So we don't have that problem of having to load them up into trucks and get more pickup trucks. So we don't need to limit the amount of bikes that we get. We can get as many as we want and leave them out front, leave them inside the lobby area, fill up the conference rooms, fill up upstairs. So your office locations, I'm tasking you all, and let's have a competition. Let's see who can raise
The
more
beaches
bikes.
do a bunch too.
Yeah, let's see who can raise more bikes. Let's see how many you got. Let's keep a tally. Let's get one of those little thermometers and start putting it on there, see how many we can raise. So we're going to also reach out to the other locations who have the Toys for Tots drop-off boxes, not just our offices, any of the companies. And I'm going to see, again, task them with that. Tell them we'd really love to raise a bunch of bikes and invite them over to that event, because it's not just a drop-off for us. We want to make it more of an event. Have fun with it. December 3rd from 9 till 2:30. We're going to have some cookies. We'll have some breakfast. We'll have some lunch. We'll have some, donuts and
We can probably
coffee
get
in the
some food
morning.
trucks and stuff too.
Yep. So we're going to have donuts and coffee in the morning. We'll have some burgers and hot dogs in the afternoon, from like 11 till 2. So we really want to make it a great event. So please check out all of the emails and information that'll be coming out for that, and do your part to make a donation if you could, please.
And for our big ass smile plan, Jimmy's going to make us some flyers. And we used to do this. You can go knocking on doors if you want no real estate rejection. Go knock on doors. Say, hey, welcome to Century 21. We're collecting for Toys for Tots. Our office is the official drop-off location. If you want to buy any Toys for Tots, please feel free to drop them off at our office. Simple. And you wear something that says Century 21 on it, and then you get into a real estate conversation by accident. It's really easy, and it's like a zero rejection thing. Worst case, they say, no, I don't want to give any toys. But that works.
And Susie, let's see, Susie just sent this to me. I don't know if she sent it to the entire team. She sent it basically to the group of us
Admin
that
here.
are spearheading this. We'll get this out to the team so that you can use this, put it all over social media, get into your neighborhoods, knock on the doors, like Craig was saying, invite them. Doesn't have to be real estate related, but with Century 21 here, Century 21 on a hat, inviting them to the Century 21 office, reminding them.
And it's
of
not
the
100 degrees outside.
Exactly. The weather's been
You can
perfect. for
canvas
it.
in Mirror Bay, you can canvas in Harbor Isles, you can canvas in Waterset. It's thousands and thousands of homes. Oh, just say it. So Jackie there's a bunch of veterans groups. There's a community called Triple Creek, and they've got a veterans group. She went to the veterans group meeting and talked about this and gave them flyers. That's perfect, right? And I'm sure Susie's going to leave a place on there to staple a business card, or you can print it with your name on it. So that's all going to work too. And that's a good thing to do to give back. Am I off? No, I'm on. Yeah. Well, if managers don't want to pipe up, we're done for the day. We can break it to our individual office meetings.
Jeff, what time is the
10:30 on Friday is the recap.
just want to reiterate that.
10:30 Friday. Put it as a recurring event, guys. It's 9:30 Monday, 10:30 Friday. 9:30 Monday, 10:30 Friday. And just commit to yourself between now and the 16th of December. And
Hey.
also Kathy Mack just walked in. Interest rates 5.9 FHA, 6.5 conventional. Nice dip.
Wow.
Nice dip. This is an opportunity to really blast this
Who's
out.
that on your Instagram?
Call every lead that you have and tell them now is the time to snatch this, right? Imagine getting a 6.5 with a couple point buy down. You're back in business, guys, with the ability to think and get concessions. So this is the best time to buy. So shout that from the mountaintops.
Call them all, tell them, congratulations, you just earned $30,000 more in purchasing power. So I mean,
That's
half
right.
a percent, maybe around $150 a month. You just earned $30,000 more in purchasing power. Remember that home that you couldn't afford last week? That was a little bit out of the budget. Let's go look at that one again. Let's try and
That's it.
negotiate a further buy down on that so we can get you a better deal on that home. Maybe get some closing costs covered too.
Call me to see how you just got $30,000 in extra buying power.
Yep. Get off the fence. That's it.
Cool. Make your contacts and we will.
Just a reminder, Thursday, we're doing a goal setting event here in this office. It's an in-person thing, goal setting. If you're having trouble kind of coming up with some goals, that's what this whole group is, or that whole class is going to be on.
And
It's
this
just-
isn't just business goals. This is life goals.
This is everything. This is if you're having trouble connecting to some goals, like if you're trying to figure out what's that big ass smile goal for me and you're really having trouble connecting to it, come on Thursday from 11 to 1. That's what we're going to be focusing on, trying to get you to a goal that you can really connect to, trying to get some emotion involved with that. So you really show up and there's no chance that you are not going to go ahead and achieve that. So show up on Thursday for that, and then show up on Friday for the big ass smile goals at 10:30.
And just fair warning, he just got back from Tony Robbins, so it's going to be a very eventful,
It'll be fun.
energy packed event.
Might be exciting.
We're gonna set a fire pit right across here. All right, guys, we're done. Enjoy your break, individual office meetings.